Good.
Okay.
Jack.
You want to just open up with a statement?
Sure. Everybody, this is finals weeks for us, so we've had a whole week to prepare for NC State. We're looking forward to going on the road on Saturday, getting to practice up there, and then tipping it up Sunday. And we'll be back home next week against Marshall and LaSalle. And then we'll wrap up the non-conference slate in San Diego, starting off with Ohio State and then playing Arkansas, Oregon. So if you look at where we're at right now, being 8-2 with the schedule that we've played, I think we're in a good place. Our only losses are against two very good programs, two top 25 programs. Got four, if you look at our four big wins in Alabama, Georgia Tech, Texas, and TCU, four wins against Football 5, Power 5, whatever you want to call it, programs. But I think a couple of Jacksonville's going to have a really, really good year. That's what you hope for. You hope that in November, December, you challenge your team, you get some good wins, and the people that you beat keep winning. So it helps you out in March and April.
Knowing what you've got coming up, 2 top 10s, obviously, and maybe another definitely top 25 team. How important was it to actually get a win against Texas? To sort of solidify this part of your schedule.
That was good, especially I thought we gave the Michigan the game. Now Michigan did some things in that fourth quarter that benefited them. Those 3 threes that we gave up. A kid only hits one, you end up beating Michigan, then it's a totally different scenario the next day against Baylor. But to go on the road and play and get a win in that type of environment against a really good program and someone that does a really good job coaching, it's a credit to our kids, because they're going to win a lot of games, So it's only going to help our net and strength of schedule.
You mentioned the Michigan game. The sets weren't great offensively in the last 5 minutes. Obviously, much better against Texas. What was the difference in execution? It was fantastic.
You look back, you're up 7, and you go empty on 2 trips, right? We missed a shot in transition against Michigan, you turn it over. If we don't turn over the ball like we did and do a much better job on the glass, it's a different outcome against Texas as well. So it's part of learning and growing, and I think this week we've really just concentrated on us getting better and things we needed to fix. Today will be the first day that we really watch film on NC State, because we were off yesterday, Monday and Tuesday, just concentrate on things that we needed to improve on.
You get into an interesting part of the schedule, not just who you play, but an interesting part of the schedule where people can focus on just basketball for a couple of weeks instead of school. Obviously the school part's important, but how important are these 2-3 weeks where your guys could just focus on playing basketball and what they need to do?
Yeah, because this is finals week, and things haven't changed. When I was a college student, the professors gave finals a week before, so they get an extra week of vacation. Well, it still goes on here now, but so really our kids have been going through finals week for this week and last week. So it's good that right after this week now, till that first week of January, they can just concentrate on basketball and what they need to do to get ready for the spring semester. So I think these next 3 weeks is a great opportunity for us to really hone in on what we're doing well and what we need to fix and improve on as we get into league play, because once we get into league play, everybody in our conference has 15 games that they could look at on individually what we do well, and as a team what we don't do well. So we need to sharpen that up as much as possible in these next 3 weeks.
Looking at NC State, a team that's a lot different than what Wes has had maybe in the past couple of years, a lot younger group, not as many veterans, but still a group that can play very good basketball. Just what have you seen about NC State?
Yeah, good balance. They got good inside play. They got good perimeter play, and they got a point guard who's very, very good. So, if you look at his success there and what he's done, we were very fortunate 2 years ago to get an opportunity to play them in the NCAA tournament, and we're up at half, and we had 2 guys foul out and got into foul trouble, which didn't help us. So we're gonna have to play a really clean game, make sure we stay out of foul trouble, do a good job defending. At preparation, they run a lot of stuff just like we are. So I think it's going to come down to what team is going to defend and execute the best way on the offensive end of the floor. And then, controlling the free throw line, sideline out of bounds, baseline out of bounds, all the little things.
Saw Sammie get Conference Player of the Week, if I'm mistaken. What can you say about the impact she's made?
We've had how many Player of the Weeks now? 3. We've had Dulcy, and Sammie. It's fun to coach 3 guys that have 1 Player of the Week, and then another guy that's 1 Freshman of the Week 3 out of 4 weeks. So I think we've done a pretty good job recruiting.
I know you had a lot of great shooters in your time here, but how great is Sammie compared to some of those other ones?
Yeah, when she misses a shot, it's like when we had Kit and Inga and Andrea Smith, those guys, they miss a shot and you're surprised that, wait, they missed one. The ball didn't go in, So every time that ball goes up, we think, she takes good shots, but what I like about her is how she really improved and developed her game this summer, creating off the bounds, her mid-range game, and also getting to the rim. She's really diversified herself. So I'm pleased she made a choice that this was a good place to go, and told her we were going to get her open and get her a lot of shots, and her job was to make them, and she's making a lot more than she's missing them, so that's good.
The fast break category, you guys had 21 points against Texas. Obviously, anytime you got a rebound, especially in that first half, you wanted to push. Is that something that you can do with this team?
Well, we had to, because Texas does such a great job defending and putting pressure on the basketball, so we needed to find a different way to get through their pressure. Again, you can play fast and take shots and not go in, but we took shots and the ball went in. We talked for us, we can't, we got to find a way to play more guys and get some more guys minutes. Some of those guys ain't ready yet to play in those type of games, but it's our job to get them ready.
Are Caitlin and Maria any closer to coming back? I know Maria, you said possibly around December.
Mm-hmm.
Caitlin, I remember, was kind of, not too sure, but are those two close to coming back?
Maria's closer than Caitlin, but Maria on Monday and Tuesday was the first time she went against full contact and went up and down the floor, so that's a positive sign. So, Maria's a little bit, just a little tad further ahead than Caitlin. So I anticipate definitely we'll have them both before league play. So we'll see.
It's probably not going to look like a Christmas tree, but you're going to have red and green in Raleigh. Tell people about the extra fan base that you have coming.
Yeah, we're going to take like 40 of our supporters and donors on our trip, and they'll attend practice Saturday night, and also we eat with the team on Saturday night. We'll give them a little first glance experience. And I know the Raleigh alumni chapter is putting together a big get together. So hopefully we have a good turnout in green and gold in Raleigh.
All right, you good?
Yeah,
All right.
Thank you so much.
Love that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You ready? Questions for Dulcy?
All right, Dulcy, you guys have always played against good opponents, but how was that different the other day? The crowd, it was loud. You guys had to come together. Was it a little more special to win that one?
It was more. I think it was the first game this year we had that much crowd, and it was away against a really good team. It was really different. We really had to be close together, like being more focused about what we had to do and all that.
When you took the ball at the free throw line and drove the lane, I mean, you have to do what you have to do.
Yeah.
That was a big play. Take us through that from your point of view.
I really don't know. I was just calm, Inside, I was like, okay, I have the ball. I need to do something. I saw the gap, and I just took it. It wasn't nothing special.
You've been getting to the free throw line a lot this year and been pretty consistent. Speak about that part as far as how often you work on free throws and that kind of thing every practice.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Coach Jose told you we work on free throws every day. We have to shoot like 50 shots even before going back home. So it's been helping us a lot on like getting used to getting on the free throw line and all that. So
Speaking of fouls, last time USF played NC State, I know you were still at Memphis in that NCAA tournament, but still, the USF had the lead going into the second half. A couple players got into foul trouble. Just how important is that going to be, playing a clean game on your end against these guys up in Raleigh?
I'm just gonna have to be careful. Lately, I've been having so much fouls, and it's just, I don't know. We cannot really complain about the referees because that's what it is as a game. So we would just have to be careful and be aggressive without really fouling. And we'll see how it goes.
I mean, you picked up that fourth foul the other day. Terrible call, but you don't have to say that. How does that change your approach defensively? I mean, what's basically the thing in your mind that you have to remember?
I cannot get out. That's basically my mantra. I was just yelling in my head, I cannot get out of the game because it would be bad. So I just had to be really careful. I was kind of being a leader in the defensive things, like not really trying to touch and all that, and it worked. I guess like for the NC State, I will have to do the same thing. I just cannot get it. Yeah.
This season, coming in, Ariel was going to be tasked to play a much bigger role in your offense and distributing the basketball through 10 games. Just kind of how have you felt she's done in that increased role?
She's been really good at doing it. I feel like she's been more confident than last year. She's been at ease, playing with each other and all that during practice. It's been really helping her, getting more confident. And also she knows that we count on her. We want her to do what she's doing right now. So it's been helping her just like being what she's doing right now.
You guys played some really good teams to start the season, but y'all are 8-2. How do you feel like you guys have performed so far this year?
We could have done better, for sure, but we're pretty good on where we stand right now.
Now you're looking at number 8 team in the country. Number 3 is Ohio State, another top 20 team.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like that's a big deal to you. I mean, what would you say now? You're used to it, I guess? As far as
I would say I'm used to it, but honestly, it's just like excitement. Seeing that we're gonna have to play those big teams, nervousness is already out of the question. We're not even feeling that anymore. We're just like excited to play against those teams, show them what we can do too. So.
All right.
Cool. Perfect.
Thank you. Good job.
Thank you.
Good job, Dulcy.
Okay.
We asked Jose about the difference between Michigan, when you guys were leading and didn't execute great on offense, and Texas, where you had to execute the last 5 minutes and you did. What was the difference for you, do you think? The whole team.
I think we were just more patient and we just really ran our stuff and executed. We really listened to the coach. I think that's what we learned. When we played against Michigan, we did not execute as much as we wanted, so that was a good lesson because we just took that lesson for the next game, so that's how we were able to win.
One thing you guys do well is communicate both offensively and defensively. That difference, though, it was hard to communicate in Texas. It was loud. How did you guys battle through that? Because it seems like you had no issues with it.
Yeah, it was super loud. The crowd was going crazy, but we just had to huddle really tight and stick to each other so we can hear each other and play with a plan and play with purpose.
And since it's going to happen again probably this Sunday, similar crowd, I'm sure. Do you enjoy that kind of environment?
Oh yeah, of course. I think every player loves a big crowd that just cheers. It gives a lot of adrenaline. Just great to play with that big crowd.
What do you remember about the NCAA tournament game against NC State 2 years ago?
What I remember that they're a good team, but we are also a good team, so it's gonna be a tight and a fun game to watch.
You guys had a lead at halftime, and then a couple players got into foul trouble. What do you have to do to play maybe a cleaner game against them to, sustain your offense and sustain what you guys, do?
You're talking about last year?
Yeah, the last game against NC State had a lead at half.
We
got
had
in foul
players in
trouble.
we had players in foul trouble.
Yeah. What do you have to do to play a little bit cleaner?
Okay. Well, we had that tall girl over there, Dulcy. She needs to wall up and don't foul because we really need her on the court, and we need everybody on the court. So the defense that we're gonna have to play just has to be clean and solid. Yeah.
we knew coming into the year that Ariel was going to have to play a bigger role at the point guard spot. Through 10 games, how have you felt she's done?
Oh, she's doing great. I love her confidence. If you ask me, since last year, I see a different Ariel right now. I see an Ariel with confidence, ready to play, ready to guide us and just direct everybody, just like a point guard should do. So that's awesome, and I'm really proud of her.
Your assists are going through the roof, and I think a lot of them are, just throwing it out to number 3. Yeah, how has it been what's it been like having her on the team? How incredible of a shooter is she?
This is like a great addition in the team. When teams playing against us, they like scout players, and they usually, when I have the ball, they're just gonna stand in the gaps. But when I drive it, it's really easy to find her because she knows where to move. So it's just a kick pass, and she's just gonna make the shot, and I trust her. So that's a great addition. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Al.
Questions? Sam?
All right, Sammie, so you're up there in 3 points, so of course I'm not going to ask you about those. I'm going to ask you about your mid-range shots at the end against Texas. When has that sort of been incorporated into your game? I know you've been working on it.
Yeah, this summer I definitely wanted to expand my game, so that was a big key emphasis. I was just working on, putting the ball down on the floor. So now when players come and close out super hard, I'm able to get by them and pull up.
And I know at FSU you guys always play a tough schedule, but speak to the schedule that you've got in this program, especially still what's coming.
Yeah, the schedule that USF plays is a lot tougher than what we would play at FSU, but it's super fun. It's a great opportunity for us, getting to play all these ranked teams. But after beating Texas, you can tell that we can play with them.
And then last one for me, you've gotten to enjoy, I'm sure, this experience and getting to meet the girls and now see how they come together on the court. You've done it on the road. Talk about becoming part of the team and how you guys get along.
We get along great. We're all best friends. Everyone, there's a lot of internationals, so we're all very different, but it's super fun and we have a great time on the court together.
Awesome.
You've played NC State a few times in your career, I'm sure, at FSU. Just what stands out about them and what makes them so good?
They're very solid at every position, super athletic. They always have, a good point guard, great posts. So we're definitely going to have to all bring our A game.
Have you played at Reynolds before, at their place?
Yeah.
What's that arena like?
It's very loud. They have a huge fan base, very packed gym. So it's going to be a crazy one.
Just as you guys are kind of getting into this season, just what have you felt has worked the best offensively? Has it been your transition game? Has it been half court? Just kind of what do you feel has been your best assets?
Definitely transition. Anybody gets the rebound and we're pushing it. I don't think many teams can run with us, so I think it's been very effective.
Talked about that tough schedule you guys have played so far. Just how impressed are you with the start you guys have had?
I'm impressed. I think we should have pulled out another 1 or 2 wins, but we, playing a lot of teams that are ranked, it's just another opportunity every time. We got NC State and then a great tournament in San Diego coming up as well.
Is that exciting for you as a player to get a chance to play against, top 25 team after top 25 team?
That's the only teams I want to play against. Those are the most fun games for sure.
You'll get a nice little 2.5, 3 week break until the first week of January from classes and all that stuff now that finals are wrapping up. Just how important is this time to develop and be able to focus on basketball?
It's really important. I mean, it's a long season, and when you're traveling a lot, it's good just recovery for our bodies and everything. So it'll be a nice break, and then having conference right after Christmas starting up. So.
All right. You good? Thank you, Sammie.
Thanks,
Sammy.
Good job, brother.